Justin, the all-knowing, back at it like a cracked at it. You are watching Maintenance Life, brought to you by Out of My Butt Maintenance. I'm going to do one of the old Fideli's that I really kind of, one of the first things that I've ever always filmed was doing an outlet. Make sure you turn the power off. I'm attempting to do an outlet. Alright, let's get this up here. Oh, that's nice. This one's brought to you by, what, 6-wire? Let's do a little 6-wire here. A little bit of 6-wire. 7 if you count the ground. So we are going to be using the stabs, even though I don't really like using those, or rather the back holes. Oh, yeah, garbage. Why? Have you been on this one so dang long that you decided to stay on this one? Give a little wiggle. I could. Let's see if I got it in my pocket. There is a tool that you can purchase, or you get like one of those multi-tool head screwdrivers, you know, these smaller ones, and you can do that same dang thing. As long as the power's out, you poke it in. The way it works is you poke in and it releases. One of the first times I used one of those was when I was doing the ballast for it was a one-handed job. No matter how I worked, there was no way I could get 2 hands up in that hole. It was for a ballast light for recessed lighting. I don't know why the recessed lighting had ballasts. Let's put it that way. You check the wires over. If there's nothing really wrong with them, you just stick them back in the back. Black on the left, white on the right. Make sure you hear a click when you know you got it in there. Ground on there. Put the white right here, as you can see. Tighten it down. You know what? I'm using my electric as the prop for my phone at the moment. You know what? Just ring that, you know, the gods out of it. Just, you know, I keep saying always snug it down. People, you know, if you really want to test out what I'm talking about, snug down. Just one time, just go to town, ream the ever-loving Pajibas out of something. Just get it down so blooming tight that you strip out the threads, and then you'll see why I always say snug it tight, hand tight, stuff like that. On my own personal vehicle, I one time was so mad that this oil filter was not coming off that I over tightened that thing. I did not strip out the threads, which I could easily have done, and then all I had to do was just buy a new thread mount. Where are you going? I say to this white wire. But and I was just really mad at that filter, and I over tightened it. It just disintegrated the filter. And once I was calmed down, I got what was left of the filter off. I'm surprised that I did not, ruin the filters. What, not stand, holder, peg, stem, filter stem that attaches it to the car. Yeah, I was just really upset with this filter. Like the place I normally go to get my oil change done, they really over tighten that filter. Really upset me. All right, I don't know why I was so upset, but yeah, I could have gone back there. But, I'm sure when I worked at oil places, a year tops most of the time was the tool. Most of those people do not last longer than a year. Heck, a lot of people are surprised that I've been at this job for 4 years. Or been working for myself for 4 years, let's put it that way. I gotta test out the plug here in a second. Because I know one of them over here was really loose like a goose. Let's see which one that one was, and we'll change that one. Oh, because I know that's giving out. I finished that door up. I finished up the kitchen. Pretty much done up in here. Let's try this out. See which one of these is loosey. Is it this one here? Oh, that's pretty. Nope. Yeah, that is a little loose. We'll do that one. And we'll check this one over here too. Oh, that's pretty tight. One of these is, must be that one then. And the two I changed. All right, we'll change out this last one, and then we're gonna have to go get me a garbage bag. Start picking things up, and then I can put handles back on. Here we go again. Again, make sure the power's out. This one is dedicated to William Dafoe. Yeah, Mr. Dafoe. You know who we are. Not actually William Dafoe, but yeah. Like William Dafoe has nothing better to do than sit around and watch the real William Dafoe has nothing better to do than sit around and watch some guy he never heard of. Ooh, this one's dedicated to 4-wire. Kind of nice. Where's that square tip at? The square tip works a lot easier. So this one's got the back stabs and the side, because there's only 4. I'm going to use all the side. That's what I'm going to do. It switches over just where it's all side. I think I did the poor next guy, so like if he gets called out, has to change out my work, he'll see that's simple. Again, let's use the tool. What? No matter how much I push it. in. It doesn't want to come up. You know what? That's why man invented wire snippers. I could say God invented wire snippers, but God didn't invent, well, God invented man, man invented wire snippers. Or it could have been women. God invented woman, woman invented wire snippers. Actually, something that was invented by a woman, or female rather, is the windshield wiper. Look it up if you want. So the story goes that she saw a streetcar. The operator leaped off to clear the streetcar, his window with his hand, and she thought, hey, that takes a bit of time. And then she came up with an idea of a metal band or strip coated with rubber. Apparently she patented the idea, sold the idea to, or was trying to sell the idea to streetcars and automobiles at the time, who both said, you know, that's just a necessity that cars or streetcars do not need. That's like a luxury that streetcars and cars do not need. And then by the time wipers came along, she was already passed. Anyway, yeah, back in the day, cars really didn't have many windscreens. They had like a windscreen for the driver, but nothing for the passenger. And then some cars didn't have doors, but I think the 20s is when they really started using the wiper on the cars. Anyway, so it could have been a woman that invented the wire snippers. I don't know. That's my whole point. How many people actually watch this? I'm just probably telling myself the story for all I know. I know I do not have that many subscribers. So, but I still, for some dingy bat reason, I enjoy making these videos for myself to watch. If I ever forget how to do a job, I can go back and watch my videos. Or if people do watch my stuff, they have it on mute. Kind of the same way I do when I go to view a video. If I'm out there working on a gas tank or fuel pump, I put it on mute and watch, you know, because listening to a person plabble on like I do does get annoying, but oh well. Now is the time I should start crying and making sure my camera is running, and then asking for donations. I was watching a video the other day, and they asked to become a member of the channel. It's like, I thought that was the to support the channel. I got to become a member, and that way I can give donations and stuff. I thought the whole plan of the YouTube was free videos. You know, you could pass your knowledge on to other people so they can know how to do something, or you could pass on stories to other people. You know, your experiences, in other words, to other people. Or your adventures. Adventure! And there we go, hand snug. All right, there we go. This is Justin the All-Knowing. You are watching Maintenance Life, brought to you by Out of My Butt Maintenance. I hear you barking, big dog. I do declare this one is done.